Okay. No glasses.
Good morning.
Good morning. No glasses for a second, and now we have to put them on and read the who is there. BP. Thank you, girl. Thank you so much. BP already has some question. And
Rick
Group
and Sandy
66 and Cindy, and thank you for coming, because I'm so long on YouTube, over 6 years, and you might not be getting notifications. Some of people might not get them. So thank you for showing up. Bridget York, Cindy Faust,
Leona from London.
Kathy McLaughlin.
Yeah, Kathy
Sonia.
said she's finally going to make it, so welcome again.
Yeah.
The Cornelius, Singing Tree, Lorraine A.
And there are 2 questions already, BP and Kathy McLaughlin. So
And there's also the Cornelius here.
thank you for
This
sending me good wishes about my eye. It is coming and going, nothing wrong. I will change the glasses. Okay. Yeah. The other one was dirty. And the star glasses, as some people were calling them. Junita Rivers, the green light, Christina Cardon.
Michelle Holt.
Thank you so much for everyone who is faithful to me. And there is so much going on the news today. I woke up at 7 and then I fall asleep till 9:15. I'm such a sleepy head. And the eye, it's coming and going. So he said, just lay down. Everything is okay so far, but you have to lay down so there will be no damage.
I cause her stress.
It is from stress. So
yeah, no, I cause that.
What?
It's only when you're with me.
No, I never had that with you. It's first time. And I never had that on the live. And who sent me the message? I will be putting the rock on my amethyst rock. So thank you. It was Toriel Stefan, and thank you so much. And her nickname is Pixidus. Thank you for your advice. I will try it. Every advice is good. And someone else sent me the same similar advice about the amethyst. Something with vibrations from amethyst might be good for my eye. And then I have to put ice. I will try it everything, but it's not all the time. So it's once in a while. And it's not painful. It's just, thank you so much, Group 66. Thank you for your donation. Thank you.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
The Cornelius is asking, hi, ladies. I have 2 questions. Will Lauren Bogasbert be voted out of her position? That's the first question.
3 cards.
1
second.
2 3. Lauren Bogasbert.
I see her still standing on when you would try to stand up on the kayak, you are very wiggly and you can end up very fast in the water, but she is still in that kind of wiggly position. Backstabbing her. She will get out of the cave to the open, but she still has a lot of plans and goals, so I can't say that she will go under the water. I feel that she will be...
She'll be elected again?
I don't know. I'm talking about now. The election is 1 year from now, so we will see more closer.
The second question is Jack Smith's safety in serious danger? MAGA people are so nuts. It's hard to predict how secure he is.
Yeah, 3 cards.
1 2 3.
And he's walking on the Washington streets with the sandwich from Subway. And he has the money for protection. I know.
Well, I'm sure he's being protected by the government.
Yeah, but he has over $1,225,000 for protection. He got that money, but he has to protect not only himself, he's thinking about others more than about himself. He will be able to work. Some days he will have to cut. Yeah, he wants the symbol of security for me, so yes, he will be fine.
Lorraine A. comments, "Hi, Violetta. You did a wonderful reading for my husband, Anthony.
Thank
you so much, and God bless."
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for sending him to me. It's so nice when, I'm meeting people from the same family, or sometimes they are together on the same reading.
BP is asking, will Russia actually place missiles in Cuba as they threaten to do, and what will be the outcome?
That's regards.
1, 2, 3.
What they are talking, they already have them. They are already having them some, and without telling anyone. They feel secure. They took that decision because they are jealous what America, US has. So, yeah.
So they've got missiles there.
They have missiles, yeah.
Kathy,
And it's maybe under Cuba, but not Russia, for Russia, but it is that they are protecting, giving them to Cuba, selling them to Cuba.
Kathy McLaughlin is asking, will Joe Biden go down in history, in the history books, as saving American democracy? One, 2, 3.
It will be so much mud through it at his windows, and he has to wipe it out. It's impossible. There is so much dirt.
For Biden?
On the problem in USA is so much dirt.
Yeah.
So you will see only few things when you are going. I'm not saying that he will be called the savior of the democracy, because those wipes are working so hard and the mud is coming. So it's impossible to even to save, to have safe journey. It will be. How would you read that vision that the wipes are working extremely hard to wipe it, but the mud is coming his way, and the other truck before him is pulling so much dirt. It's impossible to say that he will be called the safest, because there will be so much broken relationships, damages. He will do good work. He will do the best job that he can do it, and he will be called that he loved USA. But they will find the dirt and they will throw at him.
Yeah, and it's always the dirt around him, like his son, the Biden crime family, which is not. Yeah. That leads me to Kevin McCarthy. Kevin McCarthy, will he follow through on impeaching President Biden? He just came out as well, just saying that they're not impeaching him. They're doing an impeachment inquiry to find out if he's done something wrong. And then I was looking and I was thinking, what is he impeaching him for? Saving democracy, putting citizens first, fighting to regulate guns, not profiting off the White House, not selling the country to the highest bidder. Where do you see this going for Kevin McCarthy?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
No. McCartney is in the river and he's catching the floating ice to climb it on it.
So he's going down the river.
He's going down the river. In the previous video, I said that he's floating And he is so obeying to his group. Like I was a little girl, I was obeying what the guy was telling me. Lay down, put the head, straight, and so on. So I was doing what he was telling me because I didn't have a bravery enough in me. And I thought, there are mothers. They know that he's not hurting me. So I was doing this, and he just wants to float. And the same vision is kind of right now. He's floating on the ice patch on the river. How long he can survive? He will go under. Beginning of new adventure for profit, because they want, and then he will be leaning on others because
he has to lean on others to keep his position
and to bring the money. So they are doing. He is making those movements to survive.
Well, as Eric Swalwell, we talked about it the other day.
And in Poland, in Poland we have the saying that if someone is drowning, he will grab even the sword, because you are desperate, and he is desperate. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Eric Swalwell was saying the other day that about even Trump's impeachments, expunging them. 19 members of the Congress, they represent states where Biden won the vote. Even though they're Republican representatives, Biden won the presidential vote. So how those people will feel about him trying to push Biden to be impeached.
And the weakest thing for Biden is his son. And a long time ago, I said that they will be even asking Hunter to testify in front of the Senate. I don't know if he did ever. No.
Not that in front of the Senate. Because the Senate is
not Senate,
the Congress.
Congress,
the House. Yeah,
I saw that before.
But Jim
Jordan
refused to testify in front of the special committee on January 11th or January 6th. I mean,
but they want to.
They will
put as much mud on his shield as possible, and.
So the green light 777, what will happen with Hunter's case today? It seems in chaos right now.
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
I got the first bicycle for First Communion, and it was wonderful. It calls Lastochka, which was Wastochka, Russian maker, and all the time the train was breaking up. So you repair that train, and you have to put it so you can't go too far because it will fall off the grid or whatever you call it. It will fall off that train, but it will go back. It will be put back, but it's always a loss. So there will be always looking for some. It will be a problem. That train will be problem always for. So they will be finding something to take him back to the court for repairing, kind of. Well, I have to understand what that vision is all about. Yeah, they want to put him in a jail. They want to for the money. They want to prove that he was sharing the money with his father. Eventually, Biden will celebrate, but it will take a while. They want, and this judge is nominated by Trump, so it's going not the easiest way because he wants to help to be nice to his people.
Kathy McLaughlin writes, I hope we're not causing you too much stress, Violetta.
No, well, now I saw Jack Martin is here. Hello, Jan Martin. It's so nice to see all people coming back. And Group 6, Rick and Sandy. It gives me so much pleasure. This is, when I'm having those answers, I feel like when I was a probably 7 years old, and my mom was asking me in front of her girlfriends, tell us, detective, tell us. And I felt so good to answer those questions. I have the same feeling, like that little kid inside me is getting for the first answer coming to my mind. And then I'm telling you that what is mean to me. And then I know that I'm probably on the right track. So it's not stressful. I thought if I will lose that, and there was one time that I thought that I lost the ability because I answered something wrong way. Yes, and that was about the Alcatraz club that I was in England. I thought that eventually when that girl from basketball was released from the prison, and I saw that club, and I thought they should let the other guy too, because I always was pulling my girlfriends with me. When they saw my face, they were letting me to bring two girls with me to the disco club. Somehow it's not yet. So that was the one that I was arguing with my angels why I can't.
So going back to Hunter Biden, what kind of a settlement is he going to come up with? The judge had thought Lori Sue Cragen Clammett, the judge appointed by Trump, just basically disapproved of the settlement attorneys made for Hunter Biden tax issues. How will he fare in the final outcome?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
Something related to eating ice cream. It has to be done fast because ice cream will melt the cup that is in. And it's time is eliminating some of the I know, I'm guessing, because there were some limits with time, how long they can pursue some things. And symbol of ice cream is pleasurable, and you have to eat because otherwise it will be mess. So they have to do it as fast as possible. Maybe today even they will find some agreement. They will angel of negotiation. They will negotiate. The trust issue will be there. So he wants to open different avenue to investigate.
The judge does?
He does want to go, and they are investigating. It's not finished story. But angel of love and peace and health. I think everything will be eventually on a good track. I hope he's not going to prison, but that's what he wants. The judge wants him to have some more punishment.
Oh yeah, for filing income tax late and then still
filing them, and Trump is not doing it.
And then he still paid it.
Yeah.
And then the gun thing where he lied about, look at how many.
And he wanted to kill himself. So that's not for someone killing others, like most of the...
It's an interesting world right now. Susan Wirtz from Amsterdam. Will the BRICS, Brazil, Russia, China, South Africa Union be a threat to the European Union and US and the Saudis?
And it's China,
Brazil, Russia, China, South Africa. That's the meeting that Putin isn't going to go to because he's afraid of being arrested.
Afraid, yes. So 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I see the lead soldiers fighting. You know my brother had those lead soldiers. It's poisoning. You can't play with them because the lead can hurt the child. Mm-hmm. That was normal. The kids were playing with those lead soldiers. So this is dangerous for both sides to play with that. Yeah, we will be just victims watching. Bibi was snoring.
Yep.
The trust issue will be bigger and bigger, and the whole world will be watching. And She's giving such a nice.
Yeah, she's at my feet.
And she must have a good night, a good dream.
Neptune Blue 913. Which country will be the first to stop using fossil fuels?
Somewhere in Antarctica. There are not that many fossils to use it.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
I landed on the South Antarctica. I was looking everywhere and no. So there is, they will be cheating. No matter what, someone will be cheating to fulfill the dreams and provide the life. And eventually they will have to find some new medication, some new way of dealing with the situation. But I can't promise you there will be any country that will be really good at that.
Philip Crilly has asked, do you see after Trump's DOJ conviction that Mar-a-Lago will be seized? He's got a sense of humor here. Sold to Disney and renamed Not So Funny World, or never win? Will Mar-a-Lago be seized by the government, or will it sell before this happens?
Not so funny word. Well, there are no comedians, but people have a sense of humor.
Which is good at this time of life.
Which is great.
1, 2, 3.
You see, in casino, people think that they are winning and the croupier is coming with the stick that is like letter T and pulling money away.
Mm-hmm.
How to read? It looks like Trump will gamble and he will lose it. If the croupier is the one who is winning, so the government might be the one who will take all the chips on the table. Angel of love, people will love it, Trump. And the government will have to protect themselves. 2 angels and Trump between, so he will have to obey some rules and being crying baby. And now, the logo will be the balloon with
that balloon of Trump in a diaper flying overhead.
That will be the inviting cartoon.
You had mentioned quite a while ago.
And it's for entertainment only.
And I don't know whether it was just to me personally or in an email or we were talking or whatever, or whether it was an online thing. But you had mentioned that you saw Trump in court crying at one point.
That would be a wishful thinking, probably.
Yeah. Will that happen?
I don't remember, but
that was a long time ago.
Probably. And we are all the time sharing.
1, 2, 3.
You have to tell me how to call this when the little boys are shooting.
Slingshot?
Slingshot in the eye.
Oh, it's coming back on him.
Someone will shoot him in the eye. Okay. So he will be crying. Surprise, sharing the money. His work. Yeah, he will have to work. Maybe he will go some place to be hired and for minimum wage. I'm just hoping.
So thank you very much for your shares and your likes and your donations and for commenting. It really helps.
Questions as well, because I'm as good as your questions.
Now, Glenn Kirshner, he just recently came out, I think it was yesterday, said that 8 search warrants were issued in the mishandling of Trump's classified documents case. In the unsealed court filing,
Can you repeat? I'm kind of lost.
Glenn Kirshner recently said that there were 8 search warrants issued in the mishandling of Trump's classified documents. In the unsealed court filing, we only know about Mar-a-Lago because that's the only one that Trump talked about. Mm-hmm. Prosecutors have not disclosed the contents or locations or devices sought by the search warrant. So Smith and his team have been working hard. So what is coming up for Trump? That he hasn't disclosed these ones, because he usually discloses everything.
Everything, yes. And the ones that were not on his profit, then I think he probably asked for everyone's cell phone who was working in Mar-a-Lago.
But it's even other locations.
And I was always saying about Bedminster.
Yeah.
And I said, well, the moment he will come, he will go after Bedminster, but we never heard that.
No, but Trump hasn't disclosed that.
And he never said, but we never heard.
Because Smith never says anything.
And then he might have been in Trump Tower as well. So, and the other locations, there is so many options.
One.
And I know that they were asking Melania for her cell phone.
2, 3.
He feels like he is a prisoner. But he wants us to be blinded. He don't want us to know yet. The worst card. So he is in shaky. That balloon with the diaper, that's him. And for security of USA. So Smith is not, well, he's not a funny guy to be around.
Now, you had commented a long time ago on, you thought that Trump would get to a point, and it would be, I guess, to have the nomination to go as president, but then something was going to come up, which would be probably the May 20th case that's coming up about the documents, perhaps. But there was something that was going to be coming up, and he was going to be dropping out. And then in the news, on one of the podcasts, they were talking about, on MSNBC, I think maybe, they were talking about how Trump was going to, you never saw him really going as president. He was going to be removed. And then who did they put in? And it may be DeSantis, because he's the second one. So there's a real scramble to get somebody on the ticket, but then ends up losing. And you also said that after this next election, if the Americans vote, please do vote. After the next election, that the Republican Party was going to have to completely reinvent itself and come back from nothing.
Because they are, the party doesn't exist. It's a red hot party, and that's not even on the ballot.
No. So user SZ7HG71Z7F.
Someone likes numbers.
Will the GOP stop acting like crazy circus clowns after Trump loses?
And I remember I said that it will be really unknown for a while who is the winner. Again, before I was saying Trump will cheat and Biden will win. And now I'm feeling like there might be some shifting of not understanding who is the winner. And that will be horrible for the country.
1, 2, 3.
The party will be in a tunnel. They will have to go through the tunnel until they will find a way out.
So hopefully it narrows.
Hopefully. No, eventually they will see. They will see everything. And they will be not the same. Half of people will quit. And they have hosts again to make the decision. So a lot of, because only half of the Republican parties are for Trump.
And what's nice is that this is, like going back to a Cry On episode by Lee Carroll. He talked about how this is the time in the world where everything is hitting us all at once. Like we're seeing it worldwide, all this far right stuff coming out. Oh and it's done in such mass that it motivates people to act. We have to change.
And people are not happy in any country. Like
look at even what's happening in Israel right now.
And Israel and in Russia, people are not happy, but they are not able to open mouth. In Poland, they were protesters about the stopping women from getting help when they are when they want to cancel the pregnancy, but even during the pregnancy when they are sick, they can't have help from the doctor because doctors are paralyzed that they can't help. Yeah, and talking about DeSantis, I said that he will be very big peacock before.
Yeah.
He will have, I said that he will have a shower of money, and now he lost the money.
Well, he's trying to reinvent himself.
Yeah, and he's quitting firing so many people.
Mm-hmm.
And I said that he will look like a chicken. So Trump might win with the chicken very easily.
So now with the Wagner group on the border or near in Poland. Belarus near Poland, and then now Russia strikes Ukrainian port 200 meters from Romanian border. Putin is testing NATO. How will this result? Will he get a reaction at all from NATO, or will everybody hold their ground because they don't want to be the first strike? 1, 2, 3.
I see, like from the earthquake, there is a crack on the highway. Some people will fall in it because they are not aware. So the first one will fall as victims, and then they will have to go different directions to find a way moving forward. So this will be a huge struggle, fight, symbol fight, collecting the money, sharing the money, and huge disaster for the whole world. The shaky tower. So they will have no option there. That will have to go around that crack and move forward.
Well, we just have to trust that everything will work out the way that it should be. Rick and Sandy Wilhoit are asking again, will the meeting for UFO successfully and publicly find evidence of intelligent life not on Earth? The meeting was yesterday.
I told that yesterday?
It's written down the meeting was yesterday.
Because I told that today. I'm sorry. I was half asleep when my husband went to see his dentist at 8 o'clock, and I put the TV on. It was on, and I was sleeping. Typical for me. 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
When you have a weak windows in our climate, and you are cooking inside, the frost will be steam up on the window, and frost, you wouldn't see too much through it. So you can imagine whatever you want to imagine, because beautiful flowers on this. We had the old windows, we changed it 2 years ago, so we have nice ones now, no frost. But before, in the kitchen, there was one window that was showing the age. Yes, and you have to use more your imagination, what is there. Not that we will see it. It's not for us to see. We have to live with the new technology, new windows, and see it eventually more. Right now, we can't see too much. It's not for us. They have to work on it. For the security, they are not telling us everything. But nice surprise. Eventually, we will be able to know more. So far, we have to only rely on their opinions, and they are afraid to tell us everything. Look through that old window and be happy.
I am spiritual makes a comment. Can I just say, this is like a therapy session for me. I love the clarity in conversation. Well, thank you for your wonderful comment.
Jan Martin said, no, it was today. Thank you.
Okay.
So I was half asleep, but I was still getting information.
And somebody also wrote that Hunter Biden said, he's not guilty, no settlement, or nothing happened in court today. I'll come back onto that.
Also, nothing happened to they have to change the train and ask daddy for change, because that's what I was always going to my dad. Can you repair my bike? So I was walking with a broken bike. Not too much fun when you are driving and trying to be fast, and good memories. I was upset because my friends had the, better makers. Maybe it was beautiful. It was for the girl bike, blue and white. And
Angel M, ANGELAM,
bicycle, not bike, bicycle.
5850 is asking, in 2008, a Canadian real estate agent named Lindsay Buziak was murdered in Victoria, BC during a property viewing. The case is still unsolved. Violetta, can you see why she was murdered?
Okay. Can you find her, please?
Yeah, Lindsay Buziak. She was showing a property.
Yeah,
and there were several exchanges on a phone, but they couldn't trace it back to who it came from. And a couple supposedly met her. I think that's how it went. A couple were supposedly meeting her at a house, and then she was found dead. So it's Lindsay.
Ooh. Okay.
Buziak. Here she is.
Very nice, friendly. Well, good real estate agent, because she is friendly, she is outgoing, she is standing to her ground, well dressed. Looks like she knows what she is doing.
So why was she targeted?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
I see a laundry hanging on the cord outside, on the string. How you call this?
Clothesline?
Clothesline. And those are underwear, but long ones. Long John's, well, not men's, but the old ones that women were wearing.
Oh, yes. The balloon. What are they called? Balloon.
Barchanowe.
Okay.
In Polish, it was barchanowe underwear for. I don't know if they will even translate this. Faustian pants?
Fustian pants?
Fustian pants. Okay. Someone had an old issue with that person.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be some relationship, because underwear is private. I will check some coworkers, someone who had private issue with her, and to wash the dirty laundry. Maybe she exposed someone for not doing the good job. And that was kind of vendetta. It was related to job. Yes, someone lost maybe license because of her.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some negotiations. She was not very easy to negotiate with someone who was something related to negotiations. So something related maybe about sale or something, dirty laundry. No, it was clean, but then, well, I wouldn't see dirty laundry. I will see always the laundry when it's washed, so I can't say that. But it was something about ugly settlement or something like that.
Jan Martin is saying that about question. Is the whistleblower David Grushed,
Grouch.
Right. Has the U.S. government a UFO from Italy in 1933? Are we in the process of re-engineering, retrieve several alien crafts?
1933.
One, two, three.
Not enough place to observe. Someone is looking through the skylight. Jan is from Germany, so he knows the old houses. They had that little lift for the light to come in on the attic, on the roof. And you open this and put this down, and it was never clean. So the view was not very clear how to see something from that angle. But someone was watching over from the roof and checking. Not enough information, not enough clear view, and it's very old antique place to look at, and you can only imagine what is there, because through that little light spot that was giving some light without electricity, because they wouldn't put electricity in that attic place. It was in our house, it was above the living room. Space was, you have to crawl. I was playing there with my dolls because it was my safe haven. No one adult could go there. Yeah, it's just not enough information, and it's attic. Some people will stuff there, just old stuff. So they have to pull this more to the light, and it's dysfunctional family. One day, eager to do it, another not. Black, red, and white. Eventually, we will know more. Eventually, the celebration will come, and we will know more, but not yet.
So there are two more.
There will be something.
Two more questions I'll ask. MW is asking, did Rex, is it Herman? You know, the architect in Long Island, the one who's allegedly charged with 4 crimes. Did he kill all of the 10 people found along the Gilgo Beach? And has he killed others?
I had the goosebumps when I'm hearing. I had all of it. I knew that what we will ask. 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
He is serious serial killer. And he had 2 properties, one in Las Vegas and some other place as well. New Jersey, I think.
Because he's in Long Island.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And but his home is from his grandfather, so he is living in very old place. He has more bodies. He killed more. Not that he was quiet for the last 10 years. There's not leaving them because he thought that was easy to be in jeopardy, so he was not hiding them, but he was still doing a lot of tragedy. We will know. Yeah, he will be. They will expose him to be in those relationships with those girls, and they will go eventually different directions. So on his property, or those 3 properties, or area of those properties, they have to check. We will not know yet because they have to have proof until they will. But I can promise you, he had more. Serial killers don't stop 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. And he was still capable of doing this. Huge guy, of course.
Elstroz, STROZ 1640. If a pet starts acting differently in one particular room, could there possibly be a spirit there? My dog starts doing zoomies, tracing the floor and looking around, and sometimes acts like she is playing with someone only in one room in the house. So
we have a psychic dog.
my cats were psychic too. They used to watch things moving around the house. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Animals are extremely sensitive, and they can be psychic as much as we are. When I was a teenager, I read about that in Sweden that time they were using children, 3 years old kids, 3 years old kids, to know if someone is pretending to be crazy or not.
Mm-hmm.
A child wouldn't go to the crazy people on its own. A child would be withdrawing. But that was for a short time that they were using that test on people who were pretending I'm crazy, take me, get me out of the list of the killers or whatever. And the little kid will be able to figure out that. So I think the dogs can do that too. My dog never liked my stepfather. She was always barking at him, and she knew that he would be very cruel to her. Yes, dogs can spot, especially the one that left. So they are very spiritual. You see symbols.
Well, they're pure soul, pure energy.
Pure energy. And experience more with your dog. And maybe that's your new journey, that your dog can say if the houses are haunted.
Yeah,
that's the destination for you.
I was in my bedroom one time, and there's a stair coming up into the upper stairs. And my cat was on the bed. One of the cats was on the bed and stood up on the hind legs like a rabbit, watching something come up the stairs, and then watched it go around the side of the bed and over by me, and then lay down. And so I knew it was a good one because they were always good around me. And then I just started talking to it, because they always see that. And they used to always, my son used to always say, Mom, they're watching something come down the stairs.
Oh, thank you, Neptune Blue. Thank you so much. 913.
Thank
you. Thank you so much.
So, yeah, animals can tell us. And so, maybe she can talk and ask who it is.
And the same thing is when you feel emotionally unsafe. I was home alone in England one time, and my dog, little Shih Tzu, nice nuisance, his way or highway. We were calling him Moped because you never knew where his head went, his bottom. And the cat was trying to control him, but he was controlling the cat. And we are together with that dog, and the dog started acting really weird. He knew I'm afraid, and he was warning me. When someone was coming on the street, he was barking. He never was barking. He never was paying any attention what was going on around the house, and the house was with the store at the front. It was closed because it was night, and he was barking. He knew that, and there was some guy poking. Eventually, I looked from the second window and I thought, yeah, there is someone poking. And the dog was so aware what was going on. Yeah. It is that they can sense things, humans or ghosts. It was not a ghost. It was a guy kind of searching if he will steal something at the store.
He had bad energy and a bad aura.
Yeah, nothing to steal because the store had only those charcoals for fireplaces. That was the new thing in England, and so that was a store that.
I remember when Edgar Casey in his stories, he was talking about how there was, I think it was a mailman. Somebody could correct me on that. A mailman used to come to the house, and he always said that he had a black aura around him, and he didn't like him.
And the dog knew.
No. Edgar Casey knew as a child that it was bad.
Well, I knew about my stepfather. I said, well, he is a good looking but bad inside. So as children have that abilities. We are sometimes not letting them to open them. And it was coincident that my mother I opened my mouth when there was some story on the news or that on the newspaper that I was correct, and then after that, whenever her girlfriends came in, she would.
You were the psychic detective.
Detective. No,
but she wouldn't admit that you were psychic.
Never psychic. Oh no, she was afraid that they will put me in institution when I opened my mouth. So she said, never say anything about this because you will end up in institution. Well, that was the way in Poland. We didn't have rights to believe in even in our psychic abilities.
Mm-hmm. So do you have any remedies for today?
Oh my God. Okay, for the zigzags in the eye, the migrants. I was always saying if someone has a migrants to put 2 buckets, one with hot water, one with cold water. I should have listened to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And first put your hands in the cold water as long as you can hold it and put the ice cube in that cold water. And then when you can't hold it anymore, put in the hot water.
Not boiling hot, just hot as you can handle it.
Yeah. And then do the switch a few times. And that remedy was in medical book from 1800s. And it works. And the other one, the lady told me to do the same thing with ice, so I will try it. But I think to do the shock is really good to have both ways. So I will be trying next time to check if it works. But usually I'm going to lay down and not think about anything. It's the zigzag is still there even if your eyes are closed, so you can't really get rid of it. It's weird because your eyes are closed, you don't see anything, but the zigzag is there. Once I had that my room was moving, I woke up because I had the dream that my room is spinning. I woke up and it's still spinning. My husband came and checked my blood pressure. It was 220. Mm-hmm. So he took me to emergency. Go figure.
Have you ever had bad landings when you return to your body at night? Because I have those occasionally.
No,
because we leave our body and then we come back, and if we jerk, it's a bad landing.
No, I don't. But I was afraid that I was dancing with spears, and they saw me with my night gun. Good that it was winter, so I had my night gun. Now it will be too hot. It's hot. Yes, I'm sleeping naked. Sorry. It's so hot. But, it is that they were seeing me. They were dancing, some ritual dance in Africa, some group of dancers, and they saw me, and I knew that they are poking to me, and I felt so vulnerable. After that, I never did any astral traveling. Before, I was lucky to do astral travel.
I used to astral travel and visit my mom all the time, and then she'd always wonder why I knew what she was doing.
Yes, and I'm afraid now to end up somewhere without permission.
No, I had permission. She was happy that I knew.
Okay. We will do the prayer for everyone who is in need of our prayers, who is suffering, who is unhealthy, who is unhappy, who is suicidal, who is in the situation that they feel that there is no way out. Always step back and always think that 1 year from now, everything will be just memory. You will be fine. Just let yourself to start moving different direction and go forward.
Mm-hmm.
All the best to everyone who is in need for some advice like that.
So on Friday night when you do your video, are you doing again on Saturday? It's posted on Saturday.
And I will be looking for someone who will be the
benefactor of
free donation from Janet and Tom Burks, half an hour reading with me. So on Sunday video, please, on Saturday video, please write a comment, and then please check if you are the winner, because the last winner didn't show up yet from the Saturday video. So always check if you are the winner.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, everyone is kind of informed by other people.
They get a phone call or something.
A phone call, but people are writing them comments that they are the winners, and somehow I think they are getting the information. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for donation, and thank you for showing up, and see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Nice to see you, Jan Martin Locher. Thank you. Bye-bye. And everyone, Group 66, Justice Warrior, and Tekla Ann. Thank you. Bye-bye.